So, Mark, a 1-1 draw here at Hyde, but a very entertaining game, to say the least. What's your overall thoughts on it?
Was it? It was two teams that were very quick on the transition. So they both shifted it well from back to front quickly, and that's not necessarily direct, but they had a lot of pace up front, which we were aware of. And we started off like a house on fire. We started really well. Jacob, great goal again. Really direct, got at them, took his goal really well. Our reaction to the goal wasn't good enough. We weren't in a hurry to get the ball back. We didn't go with a real intensity to smother the game again. And one of the things we talked about when you play teams of this stature, and I mean stature, they've got some monsters. Is that you're susceptible if you give corners, free kicks. You give them away in dangerous areas, and you let them put the ball in the box. And first corner, lo and behold, our marking's not good enough. The lads headed it in at knee height, so I was disappointed with that. And then the first half comes a bit like a basketball match. They have 5 minutes, we have 5 minutes. We probably weren't clinical enough in front of goal. We had a couple of chances, but I didn't think it was an awful lot in it. And there's no easy games. I've said that to the lads. There's no easy games. You're always going to have to earn the right to play. It was very open game, very different to the last couple of games that we've had. We needed to try and dominate the ball a little bit better than we did today. Especially when they went down to 10. Our ability to shift it was far too slow. And was it a fair result? Yeah, probably. Teams are hard to break down when they're down to 10. We had 20 minutes of trying to do it, but we didn't shift the ball quick enough. So, did we really make them work with their 10 against our 11? Probably not. We had 2 chances. Dawson's got to score. He knows that. Where he dinks it, he's probably got to open his body and just sort of bend it in. But then, to be fair to Dawson, makes a great run. And his cross evades everyone. They were the 2 chances. So you take one of those, we scamper out of here with a 2-1, and things are a bit more rosy. But listen, we can't be too critical of where we are. We've lost 1 game in the league, 1 in 7. Listen, the question mark will be: are we drawing too many? And we probably are. I think we've won 2 and drawn the rest. So, but if we'd have won tonight, we'd have been very close to 2 points a game, which I think would have been a point off that. So that would have been a great start to the season. We took that 7-8 games ago. We're a little bit off that now, so we've got a little bit of work to do. But we've no idea what's going to happen. So it's a point away from home. Are we disappointed? Yeah, probably. Especially with them going down to 10. I thought last 20 minutes we could have done better, and that's my criticism of the players tonight. That we tried to do a bit with people. We took Scholesy out of centre mid and moved Rob Wilson in there, just try and get him on the ball, try and get ball players on the ball. But some of our decision making, when we had 11 against 10, we still dumped it at times. We still threw it into blinks on his own. We didn't need to do that. We could have played more. We could have travelled more with it. We could have really kept them in the final third. But we were too quick to go from the top of our own third into the final third without a lot of conviction, really. We made it really difficult to secure the ball, where we could have probably passed through the lines with the extra man and created more chances. But that's the story of the game tonight. And to be credit to Hyde, they've got a good manager. He knows his stuff, and he narrowed them right off and said, if you're gonna play for us, it's going to be difficult, and it was. And we probably didn't make enough of the overloads down the side. So. A long way home tonight to think about it, but it's another point on the road, and as I say, one league defeat in 7 isn't all that bad.
Obviously, now we're going to have a minimum of a month break. It's going to be difficult to gather momentum. What's the plans going forward then?
It's really difficult, and this league is a bit of a lottery, a bit of anybody's, because we don't know the situation. We've got a plan, so we put a plan in place. We'll have a staff meeting on Thursday. Lads will get a little break, but only a very small break, and we'll have to communicate with them remotely. We've got plans in place. We know what we want them to do. We know how we want them to do it. We know how we're going to get it reported back into us. So we'll be able to monitor what they're doing. But there's no replication for intense training. There's no replication for that. And I think the lack of information coming out to us is terrible. I'm not here, having a pop at people, but there's a lot at stake at step 3 of the pyramid, and I think it's terrible that the National League clubs have got, this massive support package. Well, how much is there between the National League North and the Northern Premier League? Very, very little. And we've just been disregarded as a level of football. And that's really disappointing, really frustrating. So what we'll do is we'll try and use some technology. We'll use Zoom and such the like. But we need some real clear guidance here on what's going to happen. You know, all these stories going around about a split league, a regional league, about restarting 5th of December, or are we restarting with one training session? Are we going to give lads 4 weeks off and give them one training session that we can see them? You know, every sports scientist would be, you know, pulling his hair out. So I don't know. We need more information. We've got a plan because I do think that the team that gets this right, the team the management teams that have the players at the best are in the best position. And I think we're on a decent little run. You know, I think we're playing generally some decent stuff. But listen, South Shield's come here and didn't win. You know, we've come here and haven't won, but we haven't got beat, and that was important tonight. What we do from here is we'll take stock of where we are. We'll put some plans in place. We'll try and stick to them as best we can, and we'll await any sort of guidance that anybody wants to give us, from the government to the FA to the non-Premier League to whoever. But it's a really uncertain time for football and for people, and I get that, and I get people are worried about not just football, and in the grand scheme of things, you know, it maybe isn't the be all and end all, but it feels like that for a lot of people, and a lot of people are invested massively in the game, and I think lads at least deserve to know what's happening and where we're going to go with it. And if that's 1st of January, which I personally think is probably the best plan, I think probably the best plan is to come out of lockdown in December, have a little pre-season, and even if it's a split league or a regional league or whatever, 20-game league, whatever, I think 1st of January is probably the chance to do that. But everyone needs to know where they're going and what the plan is. And I get that's tough for the authorities because the government make decisions, which is a scary thing at the moment, but we'll wait and see.
And a message for the fans as well during this tough...
I want them to be safe. You know, we want people to look after themselves. That's first and foremost. We want them to be able to come to football. We want them to be able to come and be entertained by us and enjoy following, you know, the football club. And it's been tough, hasn't it? It's been tough for them to get to away games at times. So, you know, this league was never going to play without supporters, and rightly so. You know, we were aware that wasn't going to be the case. So that's right that we haven't, you know, had to play without fans, and I hope our lot who are, you know, they're great people, our supporters. They travel well, you know, they really get behind the lads, and you know, the message is that we want them to stay safe, we want them to look after themselves, to follow whatever guidance there is out there that they've got to, or work out whatever guidance they've got to stick to from week to week, and we want them all back, you know, at the Giant Axe and away from home, and getting behind the lads, and hopefully we can kick on when we get back cracking and mount a bit of a challenge.